It's Wednesday in Simpsonville, South Carolina. It's a rainy day today. And I wonder how many of you have really thought about the wisdom of Proverbs. Now, a lot of them were written by Solomon, and he was one of the wisest men that ever lived because he asked for wisdom, particularly as it related to dealing with people. Then there must be a lot of wisdom there for us. But when was the last time you really slowed down, read just phrase by phrase, and said, "Does God get something for me in that proverb?" Well, let me just share a few with you this morning that I thought you might enjoy. Of course, there's the southern proverb, which is a bird in the hand is the only way to eat chicken. Well, now that's really not out of the Bible. But let me share with you some that are out of the Bible. Proverbs 1:8 is for children and youth. "Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching." For youth and children, listen to your father and mother. You know, they've got the wisdom of years. For young people, that is young adults who are just starting out in life, how about Proverbs 3:3 and 4? "Do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find favor and good repute in the sight of God and man." It's a good thing for a young person, a young married couple just starting out, to remember that kindness and truth should always be our motive, and that we should keep them with us closely on the tablets of our hearts, and we'll find favor with not only God but with man. Or how about those that are seeking direction? There's Proverbs 3:5 and 6. "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight." Oh, that's one of my favorite Proverbs, because there's lots of times when we seem to lack the understanding or the direction that we need for life. And it says, just trust in the Lord with all your heart, not on your own understanding. In all of your ways acknowledge him. That is, consider him the director of your life in all your ways, and he'll make your path straight. Or how about for the stingy? Proverbs 3:27 and 28. "Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due." Now remember, it says don't withhold good for those whom it's due. That's good stewardship, to remember not to throw it into people that are wasteful when it is in your power to do it. "Do not say to your neighbor, 'Go and come back tomorrow, I'll give it.'" You see, we're to be generous based on our blessings, and we need to be sure that we're good stewards and we don't just throw money at things that are not worthy of applying money to. Or how about those that are tempted? Now, I know none of us are ever tempted, but just in case you are, there's Proverbs 4:14 and 15. "Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not proceed in the way of evil men. Avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on." Now, that proverb's pretty interesting because it says, don't enter the path of the wicked. That's pretty straightforward. And do not proceed the way of the evil men. But then he goes on in verse 15 and he says, avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on. In other words, stay as far away from evil and temptation as you possibly can. In the New Testament it says flee temptation. We know that that's pride. Then there's the word for Proverbs for dishonest. Proverbs 4:24. Proverbs 4:24. "Put away from you deceitful mouth, and put devious lips far from you." So easy to be dishonest with the mouth, isn't it? Proverbs 4:24 tells us that we got to be careful to keep the deceitfulness out of our mouths. Or how about the lazy? Proverbs 6, verses 6 through 11. Go to the ant, O sluggard, observe her ways and be wise, which having no chief, officer, or ruler, prepares her food in the summer and gathers her provisions in the harvest. How long will you lie down, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? a little sleep and a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and your poverty will come in like a vagabond, and your need like an armed man. Yeah, for those that are lazy, that's a great proverb. All they got to do is look at the ant. He doesn't have a director, he doesn't have somebody pushing him, but he knows that he has to work hard in the summer and gather his food to carry him through the winter. And it says, if you just get lazy and get lazy about getting up in the morning, you get lazy about going to work, you get lazy and you look for a little sleep and a little slumber and a little folding of the hands, a little too much rest, poverty will come in like a vagabond and need like an armed man. And I guess I want to close with this proverb today, the proverb for everyone. You see, it's one of the things I think is really missing in our society today. A proverb that we probably ought to think about a whole lot more than we do, because it covers everything that I've already covered in one proverb. You say, how's that possible? Listen to what it says, Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. I feel like in our society today, there's not enough fear of the Lord, recognizing that He is the righteous one and that He knows everything about us. He sees even the deepest secrets of our hearts. He knows exactly what's going on inside of us. And He knows that if we heard a proverb, just as I read through these few, that really touched our toes or spoke to our hearts, we have a tendency to just dismiss them. Nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever care. Yes, they do. Yes, every one of these proverbs, if it touched a little nerve at some place in your life, maybe it's time to sit back, repent, ask God's forgiveness, and continue to do better towards a godly life. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.